Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you a couple of exploits that the longest hitters, both on the PGA Tour and in the world of long drive, use in order to get all the power that they create. Once you learn how to do these two things, there's no going back. You'll never be a short hitter again. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I hope you get enough value out of this video that you'll like, subscribe, comment, and share with another golfer who wants to get more distance. Now, there's no question that the way a golfer uses the ground has a lot to do with how much club head speed they're going to get. Now, if you want to hit it longer, if you can just kind of tap into the pattern that long hitters use, then you can also become a longer hitter yourself. So let's look at a ground pattern, a ground force pattern that is extremely common in most long hitters everywhere. And that is this. They create a very large burst of pressure into their left foot, into the ground, starting down from the top of the swing. What you need to know is that it's an extremely high burst of energy. It's almost the same type of move you would use if you were going to, let's say, karate chop through bricks. It's not steady. It's an extremely forceful and instantaneous peak force. So what would that look like? Imagine, instead of taking your fist or your karate chop and chopping through plywood or bricks, and instead you've got the bricks underneath your left foot and you want to stomp on them and make them crack. How many bricks could you make crack with that move right there? If you just went, just stomp on them, just like that. Just come down with all your body weight and all your force and stick that foot into the ground like that. So definitely one of the trademarks Nicklaus was known for, the Nicklaus stomp, really helped him set the table for a tremendous amount of club head speed. Now, how are we going to do that? That move happens from, the first thing that long hitters do, they move their hips laterally towards the target. That swings the pelvis on top of the left foot. Now, if you quicken that move and see this, the force plate that I might be standing on here, if I was in a lab, would go poof when it would spike. You're looking for a spike. And notice that comes with a little bit of a grunt, and that is actually a physiological aid. You should feel a little bit of a forceful exhalation, the same way when someone breaks bricks, they do a ki. Ki. That is it's a forceful exhalation that stabilizes the trunk, allows you to move quicker, more powerfully. They do this in every sport. A knockout punch would have the same thing, just like that. So it is a quick move, shifting laterally and feeling that you're sinking down into the ground a little bit as well. You're going from a little bit of a high point to a little bit of a low point like this, just like that. That is the move that the longest hitters start their swing with. You can practice it without a ball and a club first, just like I'm doing. And I am really putting some forces, some stomping forces down into the ground that helps me stabilize my body as it turns and hits. You've got to have some forces moving in this direction to keep you from flying backwards or in this direction. The more stable you can get, the faster you can turn your torso, the faster your arms move, the faster the club goes. Now, let me add on to that a second move that is then done. Once you've moved laterally and sunk, and that gets you to about right here, about halfway down. So it's and, Now, I'm feeling heavy. I'm feeling like I weigh as much as a pallet of bricks right now, with a lot of force stomping down through my left foot into the ground. And then I'm going to come up out of it. I'm going to simply do that by gradually bringing my left knee into extension. So it's here, and I straighten up out of it, just like that. And that gets me down to the ball and through the ball. It's causing the handle of the club to abruptly go up. Hopefully you got it going around to the left on an R2, but the handle now goes down up very radically, and that low to high, whew. And just like I've done videos on how this club handle needs to come into out and then back in again, you also want the vertical part of that, which means the handle is going down and then abruptly up. And all of these things are causing this leverage to really slingshot or trebuchet the club head through. So it's load it or stomp, breathe out, and then straighten up that knee and get tall again. And the act of getting low and then starting to straighten up is what causes the ground force to really spike. This is a very common pattern used among golfers who hit the ball over 300, 350, 400 yards. You want to do it, hit that ball far. You want to learn how to do this too. Notice I'm doing this without a club.
What is it?
Our number is 577, 577. It's a world record.
Just like that. You don't have to grunt, but you may feel what will be helpful is a forceful, quick exhalation. Remember, this is a peak, intense burst, instantaneous moment where you're really trying to just spike the graph. It's not a steady thing. Most people think a golf swing needs to be steady and smooth. Not this part of it. This part of it is very bursty. Now, one last thing. If you want to really ramp this up and even get a jump on a lot of the long hitters out there, you would do what my mentor Mike Austin used to advocate, and that was he would unload the pressure in his left foot by getting tall and moving his pelvis over towards his right foot like this. You could see if the closer I get to a wind-up like Happy Gilmore, where I get very tall, almost like a baseball pitcher. Watch, if I get tall and swing this leg back, imagine now the crash, the forces that I can put in the ground. I can put even more forces into the ground when I finally crash over. So it would be unload the left foot or the lead foot, load up on the back foot. Feel like you're getting a little taller even, because you'll be straightening your right knee. Don't keep your right knee flexed unless you want to be a short hitter, but instead let that right knee straighten so you can get a little bit lifted up, and then instantaneous stomp and break those concrete blocks below your foot, and then stand back up again. So it's kind of right to left, and it's high to low to high again. You are particularly interested in that burst of energy, which is very hard to do. You can kind of stomp, put a little bit of energy into the ground without moving your pelvis, but you move your pelvis over this way and you do it quickly, and you can really put some forces down into the ground. These are going to help you swing a lot faster. And there's a good one right down the left center. You can see I'm loading up, getting tall, crashing as I step over, and then gradually lifting that knee back into extension again. Really a great way to get hitting a long ways by copying the signature moves of the golfers who already are hitting it very long. Give this a try. Start with no club, no ball, just to familiarize yourself with the motion. Then add a club with no ball, and then start to hit a few like this every time you go to the range. And in just a few weeks, I think you're going to start seeing the byproduct, the results of your efforts. Let me know down in the comments if you tried this. Come on back to the video, leave a comment. Let me know if you had some success. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Steve. Head over to my website, hititlonger.com, where you're going to find lots of great products and videos that will help you make your golf swing better. As usual, I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.